If you're a senior and you're starting to get a bit worried about stumbling and tripping as you walk, you find going upstairs a bit of a challenge, or you just get tired after walking, this video is for you. A lot of people as they get older struggle with one very important part of walking, and that's foot clearance. If you become weak in the muscles that lift your knees or feet past irregularities in the path, you can easily trip and fall, and that can have some serious consequences. But 2 simple exercises can help you to walk confidently again, so let's have a look at those. 2 muscle groups lift our feet over objects and help us to walk upstairs. The muscles at the front of our shin here, mainly the tibialis anterior, lifts the front of our feet up, and the muscles at the front of our hip, the hip flexors, lift our knees up. And both of these muscle groups can weaken as we age, so here's how to strengthen them. The secret to strengthening the hip flexors is to strengthen and stretch in one exercise. If the hip flexors become tight, our glutes have to work too hard when we walk, so it's important that we include a stretching component. Fortunately, with one great exercise, we can do both things. To do that, set up by placing your feet about 40 centimeters or 16 inches from a wall. Put your hands against the wall, out wide at shoulder level, and place one foot back. Then slowly lift your knee to hip level, hold it there for a couple of seconds, and then slowly return to the start position. As you lift your knee, you're strengthening your hip flexors, and as you put your foot back, you're stretching them. Repeat slowly on both sides until you feel a light fatigue at the front of your hip. Do this every second day to allow your muscles to recover after each session. You may notice that you're working your outer hip muscles of the leg that you're standing on too, which is great for improving balance. And it's a nice stretch for your calves, which can help to prevent plantar fasciitis. Make sure that you feel steady though. Wear shoes that don't slip, and if you don't feel steady, do this holding onto something secure like a handrail instead. If you find it a bit hard, just don't hold your knee in the raised position, just return back straight away. And if it's still a bit hard, just don't lift your knees quite so high. If you find it too easy, hold your knee right up and hold it for several seconds each time. To increase the stretch of your hip flexors, you can reach back further and drop your body weight slightly when your leg is back. Don't stretch them too much to begin with though, because these muscles may not be used to stretching. To strengthen the muscles that lift the front of your feet up, lean your back against a wall with your pelvis touching the wall, put your feet 20 centimeters or 8 inches from the wall, and straighten your knees. Then alternatively lift the front of each foot up from the ground. Keep your heels on the ground, lift slowly, and make sure that you lift the front of your feet right up. Your knees will bend a bit as you lift. Repeat this slowly until you feel a light fatigue in the front of your shins. Do this every second day to allow the muscles to recover after each session. And just make sure that you're wearing shoes that don't slip. If you find it a bit hard, move your feet closer to the wall. If you find it too easy, move further from the wall. To make it even more challenging, you can even lift both feet at once. Don't do too much the first day though, because this is a relatively small muscle, so we don't want to overwork it to begin with.